The worst thing about the Pokemon trading card game is that sometimes you have to think. With Avalugg, you can completely turn off your brain. Similar to Mega Obama Snow, Avalugg discards the top 6 cards of your deck. Then for each water energy discarded this way, Avalugg deals 60 damage to your opponent's active. Aside from being a single prizer, the bonus here is that it only takes a single water to attack, with the drawback being the reduced damage. Splash in 25 to 30 energy, utilizing Kyogre to recycle them all, and it's a really fun yet simultaneously frustrating deck. To try and increase your chances of hitting energy, you run 4 Petrel and 4 Transceiver to find Petrel. This is so you can grab Precious Trolley turn 1. Now all your basics are on the field and out of harm's way. Or if you're tired of the norm and want to change things up, use your left hand. Or use Hyper Aroma, which can free 3 Avalugg from your deck. If you decide to go this route, you need somebody to find your basics. That's where Mantine can help. While it's not as strong as Chatot or usable turn 1 like Volbeat, it's a water type who benches 2 basics and can utilize Surfing Beach. But there's no actual method to this madness. Just try to hit 6 energy with every Iceberg Breaker, only face multi-prize decks, and laugh as your janky road deck racks up wins in the 1300s of Master League. Okay, this is a very interesting start, I think simply because of the fact that they could be playing Dragapult and they just would have everything. I have to do this. But if they do that, I have Hyper Aroma, and we got Petrel, but this is a terrible start for us. I did prize an Avalugg. I think I prized a Mantine. But the whole point of this build is you want to start Mantine. You don't want to start Kyogre. You don't want to start Bergmite because everyone has such a beefy retreat. This is why I played my items, because PTCGL is so much fun. And naturally, I don't have Precious Trolley, so that's really bad. And they have everything, and that's also really bad. Oh my god. All right, you know, I tried Hyper Aroma, but I think we're slowly figuring out why Hyper Aroma isn't the play here. Because they're just Rare Candy Dragapult Crispin away from... Did I just top deck a Surfing Beach? Did Trust Your Pilot just top deck a Surfing Beach and get everything that he freaking needed in the history of the world? Alright, so let's go and get a Mantine. And then we go Mantine, Surfing Beach. They're going to take multiple prizes at some point, which is obviously bad. And then next turn, I go for Call for Family. And then just double Bergmite. And then hope the Mantine survives. That is kind of what I'm sitting at right now. I decided to go first, which I think is correct. Because that way, if you start a Bergmite, you can get a turn 2 Avalugg before they maybe even do anything. So, like, that's the way, if you start... I think they're going for a Bergmite. I don't think they're going for Mantine. I think they would go for Bergmite in this situation. Because Mantine's not a threat. Right? They're going to be like, oh, the Mantine? That's not a threat. Why would I go after that? The Bergmite's the threat. And then I'm going to be like, damn, bro, you just got iceberg. What are you, the Titanic? Because you just collided with this massive iceberg. Dear God, 3 Dracloak. As people have said, it is not Dragapult that is the problem. It is Dracloak that is the problem. Because when you can see 6 to 8 cards, like, 2 to 8 cards on your second turn of the game and pick, 1 to 4 of them, that's a little unfair. So don't get me wrong. Dragapult is a very good card. Especially the fact that it's a Terra and has a bench bear. Oh, you don't know what you've done. You know not what you have done. All right, so Petrel for Hyper Aroma. I'm still going to hold off here. And then I go Hyper Aroma for triple Avalugg. And then Avalugg. Oh, this is so tough. I think what I do is I still attach to the Kyogre. I go Call for Family. I get double... I think I just get 1 Bergmite and the Kyogre. Yeah, so the reason that I'm doing this is because I know they have the Dusknoir Dusclops. So they can use Dragapult to, do the thing. They can take a lot of damage. But the reason I didn't go double Bergmite is because they would just Dusknoir, Dusknoir, knock them out. Maybe that's not a bad thing. But I have to play around their math. There's no battle cage here. There's nothing that can really help you. I can avoid the Monkey Dory if I just take 1-shots. But this is a little sketchy because you have to hit 6 energy with Avalugg. That is kind of a huge problem, hitting 6 energy with Avalugg to knock out a Dragapult. You don't play Brave Bangle, there's no Gravity Mountain. Dragapult is just a very tough matchup. And because of the Monkey Dory, hitting into them with Kyogre doesn't really help. You know, them just getting 2 Phantom Dives is really bad. I mean, them having to waste the Darkness Energy is good, but it's the Dusknoir that are going to be the main problem here. Yeah, there's the Dragapult. They knock out the man. Wait, did they play a supporter? Oh, they played Crispin. Okay. All right, so I guess whoever they put the damage on is who I have to go up. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Well, it's Avalugg time. It's Heart of the Cards. This is the first time I've ever used Avalugg this is game number 10. This is the first Avalugg where I've had to hit all 6. This is the first time PDCGL has had to have been in my corner, and it's not going to work. Oh my god, PDCGL. That was kind of embarrassing, PDCGL. You could have... You hit 2 Surfing Beach and a Larry's? Come on, bro. All right. Well, I have to include this game. I still have a chance. They are gonna burn it to the ground. People seem to like when I made that Nickelback joke, so look at this photograph. Something about making us laugh. There's Johnny using his left hand. Oh, they're using Curse Blast, so they'll get rid of one of the Avalugg. Yeah, that one's gone. They'll probably Night Stretcher for the Darkness Energy. Put 30 on this guy. That's unfortunate. All right, so I can knock out this Dragapult. The question is, can I knock out another Dragapult? Yeah, there's the Darkness Energy they're going to go and get. Oh, okay. So their plan is to clear the board of Avalugg, but they can't because they would have needed a Darkness Energy. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. They're going I thought they were going to go a different way. They're going this way, but I think I can knock out the Dragapult, right? Oh my god! Why is Dragapult the worst deck ever made? All right, see, a Hyper Aroma. This was a failed experiment. As much as you want to use Mantine, Hyper Aroma is just... You have to get a good start with this deck. If you don't, the game is over. And I don't think I have enough energy in the discard pile to knock out the Dragapult with Kyogre. Yeah, there's Phantom Dive. They're going to knock that out. You know, if this had a 2 retreat cost, I could retreat it, but they just had the most insano turn ever. Well, it helps get your basics, right? But I guess you're just hoping you don't prize Trolley. Okay. Is that... I think that might be enough. I go Larry Skill for Bergmite, Lana's Aid, Energy. I have to put the Bergmite down. Riptide. Oh my goodness, we took the knockout. I can actually win the game next turn. I can literally win the game next turn, but they're going to go Fire, Dragapult, Bosses, win. So if I had a second Bergmite, we would have been okay. But yeah, they're just Bosses, Dragapult, Fire away from winning, and they haven't, you know, done anything. So believe it or not, I had a slight chance of winning. Yeah, Bosses the Bergmite. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in, where Dragapult has everything, and you can't do anything to stop it because you suck. Unless they prize to never mind. But I'll keep this in the video because I went 6-3 in 9 games. A lot of those games sucked, and I'm sorry. But that's just how the iceberg melted. And they even have the unfair stamp. Yes, we understand. I was just talking about this, that Dragapult is not the problem. It is the fact that you have infinite card draw. And yeah, there's nothing I can do to win. They just have it like that. So let's, you know, my butt's a little bit too red. I have to stop the spanking. And you didn't even have the courtesy to fart in my mouth afterwards. No, that's disrespect. This might be the greatest start anyone in the history of Pokemon TCG Live Avalugg decks has ever had in the history of their life. I do wish I was going second, but I think with this deck, it makes sense to go first, just in case you start the Bergmite. And there's a turn 1 immediate Lilies. So the reason you want to go first is in case you start the Bergmite and you have an Avalugg in your hand, then you can at the very least Iceberg Breaker. And, you know, I know it's not... Oh my god! This is the 4th Festival League deck today! And what the hell is the Chikorita doing here? What the hell is the Chikorita doing in here? All right. I guess I just retreat. So we go Petrel for Hyper Aroma. Get 3 things out. This is Hydrapple. Okay, it's everyone's saying it's Hydrapple. Everyone is saying it's Hydrapple. Okay, okay. Everyone is saying that this is Hydrapple, so I will choose to believe that everything's great. I'm going to go get a Kyogre and a Bergmite. Hydrapple would make more sense. But to be fair, I have a little bit of trepidation every time I see an Applin or a Diplin. I kid you not. Go subscribe to the VOD's channel, and in 2 weeks I'll upload the VOD. Every time I see a Diplin, I'm just like, seriously? Yeah, we're trauma bonding here. Put toes sideways in deep? Is that what it stands for? Okay, yeah, you're right. It's Hydrapple. Thank you, everyone, for talking me off the ledge here. If you're ever wondering why I wait like 2 weeks to upload a stream to the VOD's channel, number 1, the VODs are available on Twitch. Oh, hey, there's a Tapu Bulu. This does 220 for 4 energy. They're probably just going to sacrifice it. But the reason that I wait 2 weeks is because on Twitch, you can watch them for 2 weeks before they disappear. And also, I want the main channel video to get all the attention. And then also, I don't make much money on the VOD's channel, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so in this situation, I think I just continue thinning my deck. Right? I just Petrel again. I go get probably Transceiver. Because if I go Transceiver, this just further thins the deck. That's all you want to do. If your opponent is not doing anything, just thin your deck as much as possible. That's it. And I will call for family one more time. I think I'm going to try not attaching energy from my hand. Let's go for the Kyogre, because I don't mind losing the Mantine. So the good news here is you look at my board position. My opponent's going to have to knock out Mantine, Avalugg, 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 Kyogre, Kyogre. This is what I want to force them to knock out. They're obviously having some struggle. They're struggling to get it up over there. You know, I have some pills that could help them, but their name is Dry Bones, so even if they can get it up, there's a whole nother issue they have to solve. And Twitch chat, for the first time in history, was correct. It is Hydrapple, but they just wasted a boss's orders and energy to do that. And I'm over here just being like, yep, yeah, I see what you're doing. I don't really care. I'm just going to keep using Transceiver and Petrel every single turn. And you know what? You know what? I'll just Waterfall. You know, I know this is incorrect because they could put me in a position like downward facing dog, and I'm not quite as flexible as I used to be. But they could put me in a position where this has too much energy and just never gets knocked out. And there we go. Okay, I don't know why they didn't use the Meowth beforehand. I guess they were worried. But yeah, I'm in a situation where this Mantine could be stuck with 2 energy, so I would have to retreat off 1. And the reason, obviously, I wanted to keep as much energy in hand is because I don't have very much energy in hand. It's all in the deck, which is good. And additionally, you don't mind having too much energy in your feet because Larry can discard them all. So Larry is like, oh, well, what if you have a handful of 8 energy? What do? You play Larry's skill. And you don't want to know why he has to put on gloves. But let's just say it has something to do with dry boning. All right, I have 0 energy in the discard pile. I have thinned my deck as much as humanly possible. Literally cannot... Oh, yeah, hit me with your wood hammer, Dry Bones. I literally have to hit 1 energy. So wait. Hang on here. Is the correct move to use Kyogre here? To use Larry's skill that... No. I was going to say, is the correct move to use Larry's skill, then Kyogre? I think the answer in that situation is no. Simply because my balls are in my throat right now. And then you want to get Lana's. Though, am I going to be using Larry's skill next turn? But I mean, there's nothing else I can get, right? I can only Petrel for 1 card. I have too many Transceiver. So this is actually the perfect time. This is the one time, Avalugg and PDCGL, where hitting 1 energy is fine. Oh my god, thank you! I have never been so happy to only do 180 damage with Iceberg Breaker. Because I have everything I need on the field right now, or in the discard pile, which I can get with Lana's aid or something. So this is perfect. The issue and the reason why I didn't use Larry Steel to put 3 energy in the discard pile, then use Riptide to do 60 damage to knock out the Tapu Bulu, is because of Hydrapple. The Hydrapple is the reason that I'm so worried, is I either have to hit 6 off of Avalugg, or I only need 17 energy in the discard pile. And 17 energy in the discard pile, normally that would be an astronomical, insane number. But here it's actually all right, all right, all right. Did you like my Matthew McConaughey? I think I called him Matthew McConaughey. Did you like my Matthew McConaughey impression in yesterday's video? I worked on it for hours. It's almost as good as my For the Win impression, mate. Oh, we gotta play that didgeridoo when there's a kangaroo in me window. That's why today's video was delayed, because I had to go punch that kangaroo. It was looking at me funny. Oh, it told me, my boomerang wasn't boomerang enough. And I had to say, oh, you want to fight, Mr. Kangaroo? Then we're going to fight, Mr. Kangaroo. Let me get my fighting boots. And there's an oh, that's terrible. Okay. Handful of Larrys. Oh, dear God. Okay. That is the perfect unfair stamp. What's their bosses? They've already wasted a bosses. They probably just won this game. I think they just won this game. Yeah, they won. The unfair stamp being super unfair won them this game. Oh, that was so much worse. Did I just hit the Lanas? Yep, I hit the Lanas. I think there's a Lanas in the prizes though. But I'm in a situation where I'm only doing 200 when they knock out the Avalugg, so I can't even knock out an Ogerpon. And yeah, they're going to base me with their Syrup Storm. So I have to knock out the Hydrapple and then hope they don't have a bosses. That is the only way that I win, is if they don't knock out this Avalugg, I have a chance. If I top deck a Larry Steel though, woo, okay, I think I go attach to you, Larry Steel. I don't have anything good. I go get Mantine, Larry Steel, Energy. And then again, as long as they don't boss the Avalugg, I win this game because I am him. Because I'm going to get 2 prizes, and then I'm going to Avalugg and knock out whoever they put in the active because they can't really do anything. Also, oh, that is so sad. That is so sad. Actually, this is good because this guy's going to need... Actually, no, it's not going to need anything. So yeah, my Avalugg is absolutely screwed. They have Fez. Oh my God. Yeah, Dry Bones. You don't think Dry Bones would be able to make me sticky, but I'm sticky all over. So wait, what was their plan? I'm confused as to what their plan is here. Unless they got Festival... No, they don't have Festival Grounds. So it would appear that they're going to go for that. But I think my deck is just energy except for a Larry Steel, right? So if I Larry Steel out the Larry Steel, we'll be fine, and then I win. Right? No, because I think my deck is 27 energy, because my prizes are all playable cards. I think every single one of my prizes this game was a playable card. So if I Larry Steel for the energy, or for the Larry Steel, which is the last card in my deck that is not an energy, we win. So I go Bergmite, Surfing Beach. Oh God, do I have to attach this energy because I might not get one? I think I have to. But no, if my deck is just energy, then I'm guaranteed to top deck an energy. And I want to have more energy in the discard pile for Kyogre. Yes? That's how math works? Yeah. Oh no, I have playable cards. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. I thought the deck was empty. Okay, please, PDC Gel, I've never asked for anything more. Yes! Oh, suck my butt! Suck it dry. You know, I'm all sticky. Can you suck my butt, please? All right, okay, no, we had 2 water. So I was incorrect about the counting. Oh, what a shock. Trust your pilot doesn't know how to count. But hitting that 1 Lana's 8, I think might have cost me the game if I didn't have Larry's skill in my hand. That is the first time in 11 games I've hit 6 energy off of Iceberg Breaker, by the way. But fun fact, if they can get another Hydrapple, they win. If they can't get Hydrapple, I win. Uh-oh. 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 Please no. Please no. No, I did everything right. No. Oh no, I did everything so right. My last prize card is literally a Lana's Aid. If I had just grabbed the Lana's Aid off the prizes. Oh no. That was the difference. That was the difference between me winning and losing, is I think there's 2 Lanas in here. I could be wrong. Oh, we were so close. So yeah, it's 2 Transceiver and a Surfing Beach. Oh, that is so disappointing. That is so look at how close we came. We came so close to winning. 2-6. Oh, we were so close. That, we were what? 3 energy away, 4 energy away? I played it perfectly. The problem is they were able to get multiple Hydrapple. It was the unfair stamp. The unfair stamp was the only thing. If they had to attack with Ogerpon, I win. Your shorts, you're not even wearing shorts, bro. I want to see them grippers. You're not even showing me knees. I want to see them knees. This is quite a matchup. This is also a very awkward hand because I feel like I have to use Larry's here. Because if I just fall too far behind, they can loop Spidops the rest of the game. And I feel like if they take 2 prizes, I just lose. But like I'd have to Larry's for Petrel. I guess I Larry's for Petrel Avalugg. I go get a Bergmite because I can't let them take 2 prizes. That is not on my agenda right now, is I cannot let them have 2 prizes. So I have to Larry skill for Avalugg, Petrel, Energy. And then as long as I can do the thingy thing, we'll be fine. As long as I can do the thingy thing, we will be totally fine. And let's go Bergmite. Oh, this is going to get so sketchy. This is going to get so sketchy. The only chancey that I really have right now is if they just have nothing. Right? If they just have nothing, if their turn 1 was a Proton. Wait, did they Transceiver for that Proton? Yeah, they grabbed the Proton with the Transceiver. They did have Brave Bangle and Maximum Belt in their starting hand. This is a knockout on the Mantine, unfortunately. But if all they do is attach KO the Mantine, we're in an okay spot. The issue, of course, is that I have to hit 3 energy with Avalugg to knock out a Spidops. Oh, they don't see it. Oh, what are you doing? Wait, what? What the hell? Are you going to bring up my Kyogre? Do you not see? Do you not see what I'm about to do to you? All right, so I have to go Petrel for what? Larry's? No, but I need the amulet. Okay, so if I go for Surfing Beach, that's bad. Oh, this is so awkward now. Because I can take the knockout with Kyogre, but then I'm probably just going to keep top decking water energy. So I think what I do is I Transceiver. I don't do anything. I don't do anything because I want to increase my chances of naturally drawing into a Petrel. So by Transceivering, I won't get the Petrel. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect card. It's not like the last game where, oh, the Lana's 8 is your last prize card. You had a 33% chance of getting it one time, then a 50% chance the next time. Now we'll give you 2 water. God, this game can suck my butt. Ooh, hello. All right, that's pretty cool. Oh, you didn't even take the knockout. Oh, how sad for you. Oh, we got a Larry's skill. Oh, how amazing. But YouTube audience, this will be in the video because I know I just included 2 back-to-back losses and you're like, wait, trust your pilot losing games of Pokemon cards? That's not my pilot. And it's like, I know, I'm sorry. But I'll include this because this has been what the games I haven't been showing you. You look at my win-loss record, it's actually pretty good. But the problem is that it's just been a lot of Testicle Festival. There's been such a huge Testicle Festival going on, and I have, you know, my mouth has been open, but nothing good has been showing up. This has just been what it's like. You know, Festival Grand... Out of all the cards, what does Amulet of Cope do? If they knock it out, you get any 3 cards from your deck. I think it would still go Precious Trolley as number 1. Hyper Aroma, I probably would put ahead of Amulet of Hope, but the thing with Amulet of Hope, used properly, it gets you like a Larry's, a Lana's, and a Petrel, which can thin out 3 cards that aren't water energy, which is really good. So I go for, I guess, Transceiver for Petrel, and then, because I'm going to be using Larry's skill, so I want Avalugg, and then Poké Pad, right? Because this thins out everything. This gets a Petrel. Actually, I don't even need to do the thingy thing. I can Transceiver for Petrel, but then I don't have an energy. I think this is fine. I think I'll just go for Larry's skill anyway, even though maybe I shouldn't, but I think I'll just go for Larry's skill anyway. I'll keep the Mantine with an energy on it. The reason I'm keeping the Mantine with the energy is they might forget that Tarantula only has 50 HP, and then we top deck an energy. All right, then. That is interesting. So let's go Poké Pad for... Oh, geez. I think it has to be Bergmite. Because what's my deck looking like? This version does not have Lana's Aid, so I guess I actually do need Kyogre. And they conceded. They knew they couldn't beat me off. There you go. I'll keep it in the YouTube video because they knew that they're... Oh, this wasn't Dry Bones. This was Stevie. Whatever. I still beat them off really hard. I don't know if I can win this one. So I think all I can really do is go for Amulet of Hope and then Poké Pad for... Because the only way I can knock out a Mega Venusaur is with Kyogre. So maybe what I do is go for the Mantine, put the Mantine into play, hope they knock out the Bergmite, and if for some reason they don't knock out the Bergmite next turn, then I Larry skill and go for the knockout. So this is why I tell you that going first is good, because if I'd gone first, I wouldn't have been able to find the Amulet of Hope, and I'd be in a much worse position. Okay, that's an interesting retreat. Wait, you retreated, wait, what? Wait. Oh, because they want to... Oh, man. That is the ultimate feels bad, where you have to retreat off your energy to Night Stretcher it back to draw a card. But the reason Mega Venusaur is a problem is because this deck tops out at 360. Did they seriously? Did you seriously Teal Dance into a Lily's? Are you kidding me with that? But the deck... Yeah, don't give me Amulet of Hope. I can't believe they just Teal Danced into a Lily's. Or at the very least, they Teal Danced into a Forest of Vitality, but I don't know why you would waste the Night Stretcher if you already have a Lily's. So I imagine they Teal Danced into a Lily's, and they must have a horseshoe up their butt. I also have a horseshoe up my butt, but that was an unrelated accident that For the Win told me would be totally fine, and I don't have to worry and just relax and, you know, just take deep breaths, and it'd be fine. But if they somehow whiff a KO this turn, I'm screwed. If they whiff a KO this turn, I'm absolutely screwed, but that's fine. We're going to take our time. Did I prize 2 Bergmite? Did I seriously prize 2 Bergmite? Okay, that's cool. Loving that. Yeah, okay, well, let's go get a Bergmite, I guess. I will, yeah, we'll put the Bergmite down. What the hell, PDCGL? Okay. Well, let's end turn, shall we? Let's end turn. Because that is insane. But to get back to what I was saying, Mega Venusaur has 380 hit points. I will need 19 energy in the discard pile to knock it out with Kyogre. So using the Amulet of Hope is like my only shot. And I think I go for Team Rocket's Transceiver, Poké Pad, and I don't know. Because you want to get the cards that thin out your deck the most. So by getting Transceiver, that gets me a Petrel, so that's 2 cards. If I get a Poké Pad... Okay. Interesting. They did just kind of waste a bosses. Right? I think in this situation, I don't Lana's Aid for the thing back. I just go attach to you, end turn. If for some reason, if somehow, some world, they have a second bosses, that's still fine because I can Lana's for the Bergmite and the Mantine back. But these are both of my Bergmite. I don't have any more Bergmite. This is it. Another. So they went lilies, bosses, lilies. You're having a bit of a good time over there. The good times are definitely rolling. Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. No, kilometers, if they play a tool scrapper, you're banned, but they can't attack with anyone except for their multi-prizers. So as long as I can take a knockout, I don't have to take a knockout this turn. I don't have to take a knockout next turn, but I have to take a knockout the turn after and every turn after that. So it doesn't matter what they... Oh, they got Mega Meganium. Again, that doesn't matter because I can knock that out with a fresh Avalugg. It's the Venusaur that's the problem. So I can Lana's Aid. I can get rid of this guy. I know they're not bossing. Oh, they're not taking a KO? Oh, you think you're so smart. You think you're so smart. Oh, I'm not gonna activate the Amulet of Hope. You think you're so smart. Yeah, that's what I say to that. That's what I say. You're gonna, your name's Miguel Father. You're gonna be calling me Daddy by the end of this. All right. Well, we're gonna get a Bergmite. Yeah. See, that has happened to me so many times in the past where I outthink myself. Where it's like, I don't want to give them Amulet of Hope, so I'm not going to attack because that's the smart thing. No, that's why we got the Lana's Aid. That's why I prematurely evacuated and I made sure to grab the Lana's Aid. So they're in a situation where they need Wally's Compassion. Oh my God! Lily's bosses, Lily's bosses. This is insane. Okay, but this is fine. This is fine. I have a Bergmite. How have they been able to dodge the Amulet of Hope this much? This is insanity. All right, so we go Bergmite. I have to Lana's Aid for, I guess... Oh, I guess I have to go for Kyogre, Bergmite, and Mantine. But what if I hit, like, all of my Avalugg? That's the problem. Is no, because then I can get the thingy thing. So this is fine because I'm gonna keep the Lana's Aid because I can get a Surfing Beach. That's perfect. That was actually perfect. Because now I can get a Surfing Beach. If they use Lana's Aid, or sorry, if they use, and Seto's been a mod for 30 months, thank you for being a loyal fan, Just J Seto. I appreciate you. I like your feet more than the rest of you, but the sum of your parts, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Anti-Snowman? No, when you prize 2 Bergmite, you're kind of screwed. But Seto, you're never going to be fired because you keep sending me those videos. You keep sending me those videos about your feet. And this is insane. That they have always had everything they need. And I can't Kyogre. So I am in a very awkward position. Thankfully, they're going to activate the Amulet of Hope, and I only need to take 2 knockouts to win. So this is just further proof that Mega Venusaur is the worst deck ever made. All right, so I go for Transceiver, Poké Pad, and then I guess Petrel for Poké Pad, because then I can... Yeah, and then Petrel for Poké Pad, so that way I have Avalugg, Kyogre, and they can't have another freaking bosses. They can't... I am refusing to believe that they have another boss's orders, okay? That will never happen. That is not... It's going to be an energy. Yeah, it's going to be a stupid energy. All right, so Transceiver for Petrel. And then I think I Petrel for another Transceiver if it's... Oh, no, I Petrel for Poké Pad. Forgot about that, because I have to get the Kyogre. Because I have Avalugg Kyogre in the deck. So Kyogre, come on down. And I think even if they have a third bosses and go for the Kyogre, that's fine, because they won't be using Wally's Compassion. All right, and then I want to attach to this guy because I want more energy in the discard pile. Okay, it doesn't matter. As long as I hit like 2 energy. Oh, okay, we have 1 more Avalugg left. That's good. Okay, as long as they don't go Lily's boss, Lily boss, Wally boss, we're fine. Because that was insane, the sequence they've had. All right, there we go. They just took a huge jungle dump all over me. I got the Kyogre, so I have to go for Bergmite, Avalugg. Right, I go Bergmite, Avalugg, correct? Correct, because I'm going to get a Bergmite off the prizes. Oh, but I have an Avalugg in the deck, and do I have a Poké Pad? I don't think I have a Poké Pad. So wait, if I go Bergmite, Avalugg, that's game. Yeah, I don't need to worry. So I'm guaranteed to win by doing this. I do have to hit 6 energy off the Avalugg though. But I'm going to be Petreling for whatever card is left. We're doing 400 damage. If PDCGL screws me over, that is going to be the greatest moment of my life. All right, so we're taking 3 prizes. Wait, have we not seen their ace spec? Have we not? Oh God, if it's an unfair stamp. If it's an unfair stamp. All right, so I have Transceiver, I have Petrel. I can thin out a couple more cards from the deck. Hopefully. It's going to come down to whether or not I hit 6 energy off of Avalugg when 98% of my deck is energy. Okay, there's perfect. Doesn't matter what you do. I either win or lose. I've played this perfectly. You did 1 turn of stumbling where you didn't take the knockout and you would have won the game, but you're still going to call me daddy by the end of tonight. And yeah, there's all the things. Doesn't matter what they do. They take the knockout with Mr. Megunium. Unless they're going to go for a Mega Venusaur. Oh, no. No, they have it. Oh, God. I did everything right. Everything I did right. And then they just have the retreat. Oh, my God. So, YouTube audience, you have to look at my win-loss rate. You know, this deck is a lot of fun. I know this video was mostly losses, but you've noticed how just close I was. So many games it's been like, oh, as long as they don't have, you know, everything, as long as they don't have everything, I will win this game. But all of my losses, my opponents had everything. But you can definitely see, again, I apologize for all the losses and I didn't include the wins because the wins were very boring. But if I just had like a Brave Bangle or something, we'd be fine. You know, you can't, this version doesn't have bosses. The Amulet of Hope, there is no perfect ace spec. Trolley Aroma. But let's see if we would have done it. Also, if I'd bumped their thing. All right, so we have 26 energy. The least you can do, PDCGL, is make this 5 energy. At least make me feel better. Okay, because it's 26 out of 28. Just make me feel better. Let me see an Avalugg or a Surfing Beach. Thank you. Okay, so we wouldn't have won anyway. We would have been 1 short, so PDCGL would have screwed us over. Even in a deck that has 26 energy out of 28 cards, I still don't hit 100% energy. Either they got disconnected or they were too afraid. Either they disconnected or they got too afraid or they got distracted by their feet, but I just won this game. That counts as a win. That counts as, the disconnect glitch counts as a win. And there you go. I'm the #1 Avalugg player. See, I told you, that counts as a win. They probably just wanted to be featured in the video, but you were going to be featured anyway. There you go. #1 Avalugg player in the world.